Good morning, everyone.
Sorry, Tommy. Go ahead.
Honestly, that was very well timed. I can't even lie. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by Too Late BP. There is no second best live YouTube stream to talk about the markets. Welcome back, guys. Happy Friday. Almost halfway through November at this point, and I mean, we continue to kind of dissect this downtrend the crypto markets have been in, despite the strength that equity markets continue to have. We're going to talk about whether there's a lead lag and who is telling the truth versus who's potentially lying as far as crypto versus equities. But first, I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Tucker, Max, and of course, Big Louie. We're going to have a great Friday show for you today. But before we can get started, before I can start doing my typical yap for an introduction, I'm going to ask if you guys can hit the like button. And I say this every Friday, but the Friday crowd is usually a little bit lighter than the rest of the week. But let's show out. Let's still run the like button up. We are in a bear market for the like button, but hey, let's get a short squeeze going right now, right? I mean, we're seeing a bit of a short squeeze on price. I feel like in a lower time frame setting. I mean, ETH really held up much stronger than Bitcoin did overnight. You're seeing obviously ETH and BNB flip green. Will we see Bitcoin do the same? Well, interestingly, Bitcoin is down much more than ETH today. So I guess that's something that we're going to have to dissect on today's show as well. But yeah, I mean, stocks opened up very red to start the day. They've since given a really nice pump. A lot of stocks that were very red are now green by a few percentage points. We'll see how the market closes. We'll also see how we trade over the weekend, right? I mean, I kind of already reiterated it, but we've seen crypto trade within a downtrend for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Meanwhile, equities have not only shown strength, but they've continued to kind of make new highs. Recently, over the last week or so, they're kind of consolidating. Tucker has the IWM up right now. We're seeing small caps, I think, maybe wobble a little bit. Is that a sign that the kind of receding liquidity that we've noticed over the last few weeks is set to hit equities? Or is this just a pit stop on equities before they go higher and inevitably drag things like Bitcoin and probably some other correlated assets with them? But let's talk about it, guys. Happy Friday. Like I said, we are getting a short squeeze today. I do think that squeeze can continue to move higher for the record, but I do think we have quite a lot of work before, we're able to flip back into a very risk-on slant, right? And I think we would probably all agree with that. But yeah, how are we feeling about the markets today, guys? Equities, very strong bounce on equities, and of course, crypto as well.
Well, yeah, so we had a bit of let me pull up Bitcoin. We had a bit of a regime shift last night in terms of sessions, right? We played this Thursday downside in New York Open. That works, right? Asia last night did not pump us, actually, which is what they've been doing. They sold it a little bit right into the New York Open, which when they usually dump it, they actually decided to pump it this morning. So anyone who got caught short or shorting the hole this morning got absolutely blown out. So I think honestly today, like with the gap down in equities too, they gapped it down and then bought it all the way back up. So I think they're probably going to continue trying to move it up the rest of the day. But I mean, at least for me, this line is pretty important for me. We are getting a bounce from it. I know JP Morgan gave a level at like 94, which we did bounce off that as well, but I'm going to say we bounced off my line actually instead. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I think generally speaking, let's go 8 hour. Generally speaking, I think bouncers are probably still for shorting, which they have been for a while now. Short, right? Lower highs the whole way, basically. Though I think you can run it back up into 100K. I do. I think you can run it back up into 100K, get everybody bulled up again, maybe bounce here again, and then that's kind of my unfiltered thought right there. We have actually been seeing. So here's what I'll show. We have actually been seeing some pretty decent. There we go. Strength out of Ethereum, right? This is the November 4th low on Bitcoin. We're pretty well below it. ETH hasn't even gone below its November 4th low, right? So obviously that's because ETH was weaker beforehand, right? We have to take that into account, but we are seeing some relative ETH BTC strength here, right? This thing hasn't broken down yet. I'm kind of the belief this is probably going to give it all back pretty soon. Honestly, this kind of droopy downtrend usually does end in some kind of.
Are we back to ETH Bitcoin perpetual bleed regime?
I mean, maybe. I mean, this was brutal. It appears to be similar, obviously, but
I would like to think that we're not back in that regime.
I don't think we're like perpetual bleed, but I think you'll get like a candle like this into this level probably. And probably get an ETH candle like into here, if I had to guess. But like I said, ETH has been relatively strong versus Bitcoin.
Do you guys think if ETH retraces like all or most of this summer's pump that everybody gives up on ETH completely?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably
Just
the best.
asking as a prospective buyer.
No, I think that probably would be the best time to buy. So I like this level on ETH. Because if we want to like draw a range high, range low, that kind of thing.
don't forget the mid range though.
You did. I know there is for sure a mid range. You're right.
Like where we bounced from in May. Was that 2024?
Yeah, you had a deviation to both sides. I'll put the mid range on here as well. I could draw it out exactly, but it's probably like right here. You've re-entered value, right? And when you do that, you usually come back to the bottom, unless you bounce off the mid, which you can definitely do, which is basically at 29.50. So that's definitely a possibility, but we will see. That's kind of how I'm looking at ETH, though.
Yeah, nasty move out of Bitcoin. Didn't think they were going to take it this far, but they have. Definitely a little more cautious here than where I was earlier in the week. Last week, we kind of were at a level needed to hold, did not hold. So unless we get some miraculous massive bounce here, which, is never out of the question, Bitcoin likes to do it. Not looking that great. Not looking that great. Remained bullish up until the last possible spot I could. We kind of lost that level last night, or at least on Bitcoin. And that's what's kind of has me torn here, because Bitcoin did, make fresh lows from compared to back at the beginning of the month, but ETH hasn't. ETH is actually pretty much higher than the November beginning of the month lows that Tucker pointed out. So, and you have other altcoins that are higher than where they were back in the beginning of November. So like that kind of has me a little skewed here, right? So I'm definitely way more cautious, definitely proceeding with caution here. I gave it the old college trying to remain bullish as long as I could. Lost that level on Bitcoin, but I will say I am intrigued that some altcoins are still higher than where they were at the beginning of the month. ETH didn't really make fresh lows. What that means, I don't know. Maybe they're still going to catch up and slide harder. or they're front running at least a local bottom here on Bitcoin. So we'll find out. But I really wouldn't be surprised if we see some bounce here. I think that makes sense. So we'll go from there. But yeah, also, equities really, really strong bounce today, right? Like it looked over this morning for equities. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. All equities down multiple percentages. Looked cooked. And then face ripping rally back to the upside today. Maybe a dead cat bounce, maybe not. I don't know. But definitely mixed signals out there right now. Definitely mixed signals. So.
Yeah, I think you can get a little bounce here. Don't you dare. No,
I can't help myself. I'm not on screen today. Don't worry.
You could be. You can if you want to. I think you can bounce back into this level on Bitcoin. I think you can get 100, 101.
Yeah, Saylor was on TV this morning saying we're going to rally from here.
As he was selling his bags?
No.
The oldest trick in the book.
What did he do? Did he actually sell his bags? Or
No, he didn't sell his bags.
Are you sure?
I guess I'm not, but he commented on it this morning and he was like, those rumors are baseless, more or less. So
yeah.
I mean, there's no way he's that's crazy, right? There's no way he's selling his bags.
And then I saw BMNR appointed a new CEO. Would Tom Lee be CEO or no? He was just
he has a lot of shares, but I don't think he's the CEO per se.
If Saylor's not selling his bags now, I fear that he might have to at some point.
There's always a possibility of that.
This chart looks pretty rough.
Yeah. Didn't even bounce at those lows. That's pretty crazy. Not even a glimmer of a bounce there.
Yeah, that's a brutal chart, man. Holy
looks like EPTC.
Does look like EPTC. That's
yeah, that's just brutal, man.
Crazy. Not even the slightest bit of bounce there. I mean, overall, like the equity markets being weak the last week or so hasn't helped it out. Yeah, I feel like if it wasn't, it would have helped. It would have maybe bounced a little bit there, but it just was selling off for so long, and then equities finally started to become weak. Kind of what happened to crypto too. Like just crypto just never caught up to the equity strength, and by the time equities started showing some weakness, it was too late for crypto to catch up, and it just got fucked again. We suck again. Crazy.
Oh
man.
no, we suck again.
Oh no, we suck again. Yeah. I mean, if this is how this cycle ends for crypto,
so sad.
This market is a shell of what it used to be, based off everything I've seen over the last 9 years being an investor in this market. Just not the same market, and maybe that's because institutions have come. Everyone wanted institutions. Well, here they are, and they're sucking the life out of this asset class.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a sad sight to see. It really is.
What happened to the game I love?
Yeah.
Where my country gone? Tommy, you like my South Park callback,
I love
right?
the South Park references, man.
Litecoin actually looks good, believe it or not. That's like one of the altcoins I'm looking at that's still higher than where it was in the beginning of November. I mean, it doesn't, obviously it's down, but like still not making new lows.
That's an insane 1010. Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember looking at altcoin prices on 1010 and being like, holy shit, Litecoin is where?
Yeah.
Litecoin at 58.
Yeah, that day was absolutely surreal. Like, I won't even lie.
Oh yeah. It was so surreal. That's why I was like, I mean, damn, like, can it get worse? Yeah, it could.
There's no way it can get worse, right?
How does it keep getting worse?
Unfortunately, the bad days are over. Now it's time for even worse days.
And make sure you say thank you.
We got a super chat, boys.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce the username. I don't want to butcher it.
Not even official.
Wow, look at you.
We're gonna follow 2018, dump in November, bottom December, then run in March and Feb and March till July. Alt season. Okay, so we're gonna check 2018.
Is this Big Sal?
Big Sal in the
Big Sal's burner.
Okay, let's go this one. Let's go log monthly.
Oh man.
Oh boy. So he thinks we're in for one of these candles, basically. Bottom in December. Let's do a little fractaling, shall we? We're gonna take the whole thing.
That's what she said.
Oh God,
Tommy.
I'm sorry. You set it up. It was there. I couldn't let it I couldn't let it go.
Wait, okay, so maybe I'll have to go.
So
Said I'm so sorry.
Oh God.
But this was November, so I don't. It's not a great fit. I see what you're saying, but it'd have to be like that, actually, but bigger. Don't say anything, Tommy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a great fit. We can go look at the monthly. Like the most bearish thing about this really was this. Like that is the most bearish thing about this chart, in my opinion. Like one last fast grab liquidity and then send it down. Like that is.
I agree.
We did the same thing here. We did the same thing here. Like, oh man.
BNB went full predator mode, or Binance went full predator mode on that pump, and then nuked the whole market.
Yeah. Look at the 2-week RSI on ETH.
Man, that chart.
Yeah.
All I see is pain when I look at that ETH range, man.
It's terrible. So ETH 2-week RSI is at the 50. I mean, if you can do like this again, then you could maybe talk about a bottom. Right? If you can chop around, but it's probably too early to tell.
I mean, I can see mid-range holding, but
Yeah, let's get an exact
I just don't see a world where ETH returns to range lows and this, it survives. But what do I know?
All right, so we're gonna get a mid-range.
I mean, I'd say the most bullish thing about ETH right now is that it's sitting right on top of its 365-day rolling VWAP, which Bitcoin is under its rolling VWAP, which is not good for Bitcoin. But ETH is technically at that level, which is, I would say, moderately good. Who's he talking about?
He's talking about my joke.
Oh.
Exactly. A bunch of grown men.
You wouldn't get it.
Wait. Wait, who said something about your joke?
They said bunch of grown men.
Another super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. November candles since last time October was red in 2018, followed by a crash in November. Then we got a mini rally after. Is he talking about Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think he's talking about Bitcoin. Focus on November candles. What time frame are you talking about? You don't have to super chat it to tell. Just type it in.
Yeah. Thank you for the second super chat. Appreciate it.
Yeah. How can we bearish if macro is bullish high time frame? Macro.
Just been a lack of liquidity flowing to the crypto market. It just hasn't made its way. It flowed into Bitcoin like it always does. Bitcoin had a normal, pretty much still to this day has had a normal cycle. And technically, if you're following the 4-year cycle, it had its 4-year cycle. But what we normally see is that happen. Then you see the numbers, the number 2 largest cryptocurrency in the market, which is Ethereum, follow, do the same thing, break into price discovery, make fresh highs. Didn't see that. And then normally what you see after that is the rest of the liquidity after ETH starts moving is the rest of the liquidity flow into the rest of the altcoin market. And we just really never seen that, right? So for me, obviously, acknowledging the 4-year cycle, for me, seeing what's happened, it was like, well, we haven't gotten the full cycle yet because we haven't seen the liquidity flow down the risk curve, which is still why I remained bullish on the altcoin market, or at least hopefully, bullish hopeful, I guess you could say. It just never happened, right? So unless it's going to happen now, I mean, I don't know, or like later on, or this market really needs to be crushed and die, and then the institutions come pick up the pieces, and then they decide what is going to move forward in this industry and what's not. I mean, that could be what we're seeing. We could be seeing institutions and large money literally just bleeding this market dry, and then pick up the pieces and then go from there. And then they kind of decide what this market looks like from here on out. I mean, I don't have any other answer other than, I guess you could say the dilution of all the tokens out there. But if that's the case, those would just bleed to zero, and then liquidity would flow into the tokens. The rest of the tokens that are going to stick around, and we still haven't seen that yet. So, yeah, just haven't seen the money flow. Just haven't seen the money flow yet. And neither have low cap stocks, right? So I mean, the Russell has had a nice rally, but still not breaking into price discovery. And that's someone mentioned my video earlier in the week. If I still stand by it, I mean, it still is. If the Russell doesn't break into price discovery, then yeah, I mean, crypto's cooked, right? At least until that happens. And then if the Russell doesn't break into price discovery this cycle, yeah, I mean, I can't see money flowing into crypto if money's not even going to be flowing into low cap stocks. So, I mean, it's still not confirmed that the Russell's not going to break out. It still can, right? So we kind of have to wait and see. And it's not like I'm all in or all out. I'm never like that in markets. Obviously cautious, taking some chips off the table, consolidating. But, I've seen crazier things like this summer. This could be like a summer of 2021. Like if you were here in summer of 2021, Bitcoin corrected 50%. And then rallied and doubled from there, and I remember when I was investing at that time, obviously a newer investor, my portfolio got cut in half. And I just kind of wrote it out. And then 3, 4, 5 months later, my portfolio hit new highs, right? So, that's just kind of how I've navigated these markets, just surviving through these crashes, but just staying bullish long term. Obviously, unless we're entering a bear market, if we are, then it's wise to take some chips off the table. But I still don't know if we have confirmation of that just yet, and it's hard to say, right? Because this market has definitely shifted in a way, and it's not acting like it has in the past.
What do you guys say to this?
Well, I mean, we were bullish for like 3 years straight from like 25 until like 3 weeks ago.
Let's show it on the chart, Max. Right about here.
Yep. Had some good plays during that time. I'd say some of the shit coins didn't hold up as well as I thought they would have because we never had another dominance rally. But in terms of like pinning our opinion on the market to Bitcoin or like the total crypto asset class rather than individual tickers, pretty damn good. Like pretty good. But you could cherry pick and be like, well, this one ticker you talked about didn't hold up very well relative to Bitcoin. It's like, okay, well, you have to, with any shitcoin, you have to make the assumption that it will at some point, have relative strength against Bitcoin for a quarter or two. And you have to make some assumptions about market conditions, which is really tough to do and sometimes random. But like in terms of being bullish on like the crypto asset class and bearish at the right times, very, very good, like really good. But some individual tickers haven't held up as well as we would have hoped. But it's like, yeah, I don't know if you're joking with that comment or like you're just new here, but
he said, I mean, on alts, that's what he said.
Well, I mean, like if you look at the others dominance chart, like, I mean, we never had any this cycle so far, others dominance. Like it's literally been in a bear market for 4 years. My assumption, which I guess turned out to be wrong so far, is that sometime during like this cycle, I had assumed that, hey, we'll have some degree of an others dominance rally, and we've just literally had nothing. Tucker, pull up the others dominance chart.
But this paints this exact same picture though, right? Because I get the altcoin argument, but this is the others chart, and this is the same time that we got bullish Bitcoin and everything else, and it went up.
No, I mean we nailed it, and like, dude, we had even all the tickers we've talked about had incredible runs. You know what I mean? But
you're right. Though. Others dominance for sure has not done anything.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's been in a bear market for like 4 years now, right?
Yeah.
So, my assumption, which I guess has turned out to be wrong, is that I thought this chart would at least rally for a couple quarters before the cycle is over. Maybe the cycle's not over, right? Like, I'm not trying to say it's completely over yet. It's just, I think it was like a pretty fair assumption to make, that based on what Bitcoin was doing and based on, at the time, even back in like the beginning or the end of last year, right? The Russell looked like it was about to start going into price discovery finally. But
this is real. This is literally what happened.
And Max, it wasn't even an assumption, right? Like it's so easy for people to just be like, in hindsight, oh, you were so wrong. If someone was saying that this go around, altcoins weren't going to have a rally, or at least some sort of move as a whole as an asset class, they were pretty much betting on what hasn't happened on history, and they were kind of just guessing, right? The assumption of altcoin dominance going up and to the right, altcoin market cap breaking into price discovery was based on data. It's what we've seen in the last 8 years, right? Historically. So it wasn't like we just pulled it out of our butts. It was based on data. Anyone said otherwise, they were guessing, and guess what? I guess they got lucky. And again, it still might not be over. That's the thing. We've seen this cycle be completely different. So in hindsight, for someone just sitting there, in their mom's basement to just be like, haha, you were wrong. Well, we hit a bunch of big plays. We didn't see the totality of what we historically see based on data. And it is what it is, right? That's markets. You live and you learn. But if anyone was saying that, this definitely was going to happen, was pretty much guessing and going completely
But like,
opposite of what
how
the data
about all
is
the
showing.
plays that we nailed too? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, just a blanket statement and be like, "Oh, you're wrong." It's like, dude, how about like all the crazy wins along the way? You know what I mean? Like insane runners that we had for years. And like, how about all of us just like ripping shorts from like 20% higher on majors, like publicly, you know, like covering it in
The
our
guys in the
Discord.
Discord
Like,
knows. The
I don't
guys in
know.
the
I'm just
Discord
kind of
know.
like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't even get some of these people that are like criticizing. I'm like, you know how tough, like, the reason you can make so much money trading and in financial markets is because it is so incredibly difficult to do. Like, that's why the payout is so great if you can figure it out. Dude, we lose all the time. Like, people lose all the time. Some of the best traders I know win like 2 or 3 out of every 10 trades, maybe, right? But when they win, like, they fucking kill it. They absolutely kill it. So like, just to be like, oh, like they're wrong. Like, I saw one post. I don't follow them that closely, but like I saw on a team of 12 guys, I saw one post from one of them and it didn't go well. Therefore, like, they've been wrong. Like they missed all the opportunity. It's like, dude, we've had so many runners. Like, dude, how about Pepe? Like, literally go on the YouTube channel and look at me just like explaining how Pepe is going to be like the hottest meme this cycle and rip, and literally was shoving it down in 2023 with size.
Yeah.
Ripped like a public 20x, you know, and then everybody's like, oh man, like, you know, like, look at Pepe, the chart looks cooked. I'm like, cooked for you, bro. Like, me and the early followers of BB, like, we printed on that, you know? Like, I don't know what to tell you, you know, because here's the problem too, is like, I make money on it. I do well on it. I take some profits. Oh, he's a Jeet. He's bailing on us, you know? Like, you know, he's an asshole. It's like, you can't win no matter what, man.
It's either you're an asshole or you're a bad trader, right? You can't
Yeah,
win.
yeah. I'm all the above. Keep, you know, give me more names. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. It's like, dude, what do you want, man? What do you want? I can't nail every pivot point. Been profitable every single year for like the past 4 years. Some years better than others. I don't know, man. If you think we're idiots, then go somewhere else. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You know, on my worst day, I'm an idiot. On my best day, I'm pretty good. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Some days are better than others. But you know what I would never do? And you know what my team would never do? My team would never come into a YouTube stream and start shit talking people on the internet. That's one thing that I can say about myself that you can't say about yourself. And my wife is hot and I have a beautiful son. You probably can't say that either.
Study that.
Max. Personal.
But that objectively, that those are truths that I think we should discuss, is like the likelihood of that person who's insulting me also having like a happy life outside of this YouTube chat. Unlikely, you know.
Very unlikely.
It's unlikely. It's not impossible. You could have a hot wife too, but it's unlikely because people with hot wives don't come into YouTube chats and talk shit. Objectively.
I mean, Bitcoin dominance looks like it can nuke, and I do like where ETH BTC is at still.
I like that ETH is holding its yearly rolling VWAP a lot. I don't like that Bitcoin is underneath it, so I think you need to see Bitcoin back above 100K. Keep it really simple. But ETH is chilling at it. ETH is chilling right at it, which I don't know, man. Like, if you get Bitcoin back above 100K, I'm saying there's a fighting chance for a big move. I am. I don't know what that looks like yet. I'm not ready to get into it because we need to get there first. But Bitcoin reclaims that 365-day rolling VWAP, then we can start talking.
Yeah. And I like where ETH BTC is, and I think ETH strength is showing it. ETH BTC trying to reclaim range lows. If it can, I mean, if this really is just a massive manipulation, that'd be crazy. You know, it's a long shot at this point from, you know, where we were earlier in the week and last week, a little more likely, a little more realistic. Yeah, it's a little bit of a long shot, but I mean, like that happens in markets. You know, these things happen. But it's definitely, Bitcoin has definitely pushed itself to the point where it's like, it kind of makes you look silly to remain bullish, and maybe that's when it bottoms, when everyone just, it just looks foolish to remain bullish. And then maybe that's when it bottoms, who knows, or at least around the area. Right. But I mean, it looks like it's ready to fall off a cliff.
I will say
that's usually not what you see in these drops.
What's so weird about this, Louis, bro, it's so weird because I look at this chart. Bitcoin dominance looks fried here. It looks just as fried as Bitcoin USD, honestly. But it doesn't really make sense, bro. I'm having a tough time wrapping my head around this idea of like,
I know
Bitcoin's about to drop aggressively, it looks like, but Bitcoin dominance is also about to like nuke down. Like, are we trying to suggest that everything in crypto is going to nuke, but somehow, some way, alts are going to nuke less than Bitcoin up here? I mean, that's a really hard thing to wrap your mind around. So somebody's lying here, right?
That's what we've seen the last week.
Because I don't think there's any chance in hell that Bitcoin dominance is about to drop here. If Bitcoin drops to like, 78 or something, you know what I mean? Tommy, what was that eyebrow raise? Explain.
I was wondering what you were going to say for your target.
Don't take that as a target. That's just like, I just threw out like an extreme number, right?
Oh, you think that's extreme? No, I'm kidding.
Tommy's an extremist, bro.
No, I was going to say, I think it's like weird that we're seeing Bitcoin sell off so much harder than altcoins today. It's like how many days do you remember where Bitcoin is down over 2.5% and ETH is basically flat? Sol is only down, not even 1%.
Dude, Black Friday sale coming up. That's how you get into the Discord. We cook in the Discord, man.
Now. I put a link down there.
Louis, the shameless reffling shiller. Tough times, man. Gotta get that reffling in there.
There's only been a few times that
we need new shoes, man. Hit this ref link.
Yeah, I got
get in there.
Dude, there's only a couple on the table. We've seen dominance red and Bitcoin red.
Oh God.
There's only been a few. I'm really looking for other times, but like this is about.
Was dominance red in August 5th?
I mean, these are like weekly.
I know ETH puked really
these are monthly charts. Was dominance red when?
Like August 5th, maybe.
August 5th of what, last year?
Or if not August 5th, probably like April. I feel like ETH was stronger off the April bottom than Bitcoin initially.
This year?
Yeah.
So if I do recall correctly, that Q1 drop in February, Tucker, February of this year, right there. No, sorry, to the right.
This one?
Yeah, right there. Bitcoin dominance during that drop,
it kind of
didn't really move up. Like it kind of just chopped, and then it started moving up. But like on that drop, you would have naturally expected Bitcoin dominance to move up because that was an aggressive like trapdoor that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get my super chat? Did we miss a super chat from Erickson77? Hey, we got some good super chats today. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
20, 30, 40, 44 bucks. Guys, thank you for keeping the lights on. Seriously. Greatly appreciated. Especially these days, man. Especially these days. I sold my ETH beta, mostly Brett, a little ago to minimize complete loss. When should I consider to get back in? What to watch for ETH prices? I really think it'll be more about Bitcoin personally. We can kind of get everybody's opinion, but I think you're going to need to see Bitcoin reclaim 100K. Otherwise, everything is still in the danger zone. But I think if ETH holds up here and alts can hold up here and Bitcoin manages to get back above 100K, which is also psychological level, horizontal resistance, and your 365-day rolling VWAP, I think there's a decent chance that we could see a surprise recovery here. But I think as long as you're below 100K, you're kind of in the danger zone still. So yeah, my personal belief at this moment is just be a little patient. It's going to be volatile, even if we keep moving down. Like, you will get big spikes up and shakeouts and things like that. Try not to FOMO every single like 1 hour spike of a short covering rally. I really think that you just need to see Bitcoin back above 100K, but I'd be curious to see if anybody else on the panel disagrees or maybe agrees with me.
For Bitcoin, what Bitcoin needs to flip?
Well, he's basically asking, like, when should I I've capitulated. Like, when should I consider going back risk on? Like, what are the conditions necessary for
I
that?
think you got to be super patient. Yeah, I think, hang on, USDT. I think you got to be super patient. I wouldn't rush it. I think if ETH comes into the mid range and starts doing this, then there's a good chance you can get back risk on, because it would be similar to this. But that's really it. I don't think you base it off Bitcoin really, or Bitcoin flips like 106, then yeah, let's get risk on again. But
Let's get local.
Let's get local. But until then, it's a down. Like, even if you come back into like 102, 103, like, that's not enough, in my opinion. So.
Someone says, "Excuse me, sir, are you still holding Andy and Wolf?" Of course I am, bro. Of course I am. I haven't sold any. I do have some hedges open, on crypto majors and stuff that like is insulating me a bit. Not much, but a little bit. But not. I mean, they were always multi-cycle plays for me. So if the cycle's over, we'll run it back super hard next cycle. If the cycle's not over, then they're going to rip off the lows as everything reprices after the greatest manipulation we've ever seen. But I'm just kind of holding, seeing what happens for now. I will just put this out there real quick. Like, if somehow Bitcoin recovers from here and starts ripping, this is like one of the greatest shakeouts I think I've ever seen for crypto. Not percentage wise necessarily, but the manner in which it happened, the time in which it happened, the quarter in which it happened, like everything, just such an aggressive shakeout.
Yeah, I mean, Tuck, go to 2021
for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Where, here?
No, like the drop, the summer drop. Yeah,
the summer drop.
Like, do you know how many? Because I was there. I was and I just held through that. But like that, like it was really, really tough to be bullish there. It made no sense. Just like 30% drop off the highs, just slow grinding for 2 to 3 months. Look like droopy, looking awful.
Yeah.
And then bang, 100% rally off or whatever it was, 50% off the lows, whatever. Like, it's not always the logical answer, and I'm not saying this has to happen. It doesn't. We could just continue to roll from here. But crazier things have happened, and if anything, Bitcoin's not even down as much right now. That was a 50% drop on Bitcoin. I think we're only down like 22, 23%.
Yeah,
like as an early investor in crypto back then, I was watching YouTubers. I was on X or Twitter back then, like following people about crypto. No one expected that. I mean, there maybe one or two people, if that, expected a 50% drop and then 100% rally to follow to make new highs. And I just kind of did what I had to do, held through it and made it out the other side. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but at least at that point, you had altcoins rally for 3 to 4 to 6 months before that happened. This cycle, we really didn't get that. You know, you got glimmers in like the on-chain market, and some randoms here and there, but like this cycle, we just haven't seen it. So, complete new paradigm.
Honestly, the most bullish take is that this is just another 30-something% drawdown.
And by the way, if we did pull back to 30%, it would technically still be a weekly structure that's intact, in my opinion. That low right there.
Yeah.
You know, from like March, April.
Yeah.
As long as you stay above that, I think there is a chance you can run this thing back. But I mean, if you get below that, I kind of think it's over, truthfully. But you could still have a 30% pullback.
Yeah.
And we've seen 2 of them this cycle, August 5th and then Q1 of this year, August 5th, 2024, and then Q1 of this year, 30% pullbacks, slightly more with Wix. I totally agree. And by the way, I was saying that weeks ago, like I made a YouTube video talking about how I think you need to be aware of that and what that would bring. But
well, no, yeah, that's the issue is like, even if you do get this 30, if Bitcoin drops another 11 grand or whatever, I don't think ETH BTC and SOL BTC are going to hold up, right? Which means, and I could be wrong, but you know, hang on, let me go back.
Bro, I bet there's some announcement that comes out later today that Tom Lee bought another like $1 billion of Bitcoin, and that's why it's holding up right now. I'm telling you, it smells like that right now.
That's another 11% on Bitcoin from here. 11% on ETH is 2,800. But obviously we know ETH is beta to Bitcoin, and that is going to move. I mean, I would wager that's conservative for ETH if you're going to see 86K Bitcoin, which would be 2,400.
What's the percentage drop right now
on ETH?
He's already down like 40% or something.
Let's see.
From the high.
38.
Now go again. Go to the summer of 2021 drop.
Let me do this one real quick. Actually, this one was way worse. That was 66%.
If we saw 88K, I think we would probably see like 2,500 ETH.
60%.
Okay, so what would 60% be? 60% would be about 19. It'd be 2K.
Well, actually, I guess we already saw the 60% drop.
We did see one, yeah.
Yeah.
We did see one. And this one would be interesting to measure too, actually. 55, and then you bounced quite a bit.
Yeah, I remember selling into that bounce.
60% bounce, dude.
Yeah,
I remember longing into that shoulder, getting wrecked.
I just don't think, because it's the same way with like tops as it is with bottoms. Like everybody has been looking for, I think, past cycles for a blueprint as far as like what this cycle is going to be like, when this cycle was unlike any other cycle that we've had. 2021 was unlike any other cycle that we've had before that. And even like 2017, 2018, I would say that's applicable too. So I don't know. I think that the downtrend, I've been saying this, obviously I'm kind of beating a dead horse, but like, I don't think the downtrend is going to look like 2022. I didn't think the top would look like 2021 because there are a lot of fun. I really don't see like that many comparisons to 2022. Although I agree, like the ETH structure looks very similar to when it did in 2021 into 2022. I don't think the bear market's going to play out the same way a second time.
I agree with you there. Somebody said earlier in the comments, like, remove cycle from your vocabulary.
I disagree.
Well, let me finish. I partially agree. I partially disagree, right? There's always going to be cycles, but I also, yeah, because he's a Giga Chad, man. Tommy loves his protein. He's got 20-inch biceps.
I think I voted for the soy burger though, but
no, you did not vote for the soy burger.
I did work my biceps out yesterday, though. That much is true.
But you didn't vote for the soy burger, did you?
I did.
All right, you're
The
fired.
impossible
Tommy, get
meat.
off the show. We're hiring somebody else. That's inexcusable.
Sorry, I'll take myself out.
Make sure the door hits you on the way out. All right, see you, Tommy. All right, well, I hope he comes back. Maybe he's going to get a soy burger. I don't know.
I don't want to hear that cycles don't matter, bro.
Okay, so our boy is back. Welcome. All right, I think that cycles do matter. Like, they're always going to exist, but I think there is definitely a chance that we see a cycle truly like no other, where maybe we do continue to see something like ETH appreciate into 2026 at some point. I'm not saying it'll be like some vertical QE, ZERP up only type of thing. But if we don't see stocks put in some major, recession, right? And things generally remain stable, I think you have to look at all of this that's going on and say, you know what? If we don't see some major recession, maybe it doesn't mean we need a QE ZERP cycle, but like, could Bitcoin go from mid 80s and hold, basically hold like, I don't know. Could Bitcoin range between 85 and 130 for like a couple years instead of having a minus 85 to 90% bear market? It's something I'm considering, right? Like, maybe it would be different in that way. Or maybe this cycle is not different at all. We got fried on altcoins. We never had an alt season. This cycle is no different than the other, except we just didn't have the fun part this time around. That's also possible too. Looks like that's what Tucker's expecting. But Tucker,
I don't know, man.
you're vicious, bro. You're vicious.
I don't know, dude.
You're a TA terrorist. You understand? Osama bin Charton is you.
Dude, it even had the 1010 liquidation wick.
People will bid the 2022 fractal.
Osama bin Charton.
People will bid the 2022 fractal.
We should get TradingView to remove your fractal tool so you can never fractal again.
If they remove Tommy's fractaling, I don't think he would ever chart again.
It'd be over, man. It'd be completely over.
He's Fractal Chud.
I am the Fractal Chud.
That's actually the best name, I think.
Isn't it?
Fractal Chud. Like, such an insult, but so tasteful as well. Like, it's so funny. It's basically calling your fractals a fade. Like, nothing ever happens, but like, it's just so funny. I don't know. Or maybe it's meant as a compliment. I don't know. Who even?
I think it's both. I think it's both. Like, I'm choosing to view it ironically so that it is a compliment, though.
Okay. All right.
In the same way, I mean, that's why I have professional yapper in my X bio. It's like I'm ironically insulting myself effectively.
What is Casey's? Max, they have Casey's up in your neck of the woods. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to assume no.
Bro, you don't have Casey's?
What is Casey's?
It's like Quick Trip, kind of.
No, I mean, maybe somewhere in Minnesota, like outside of the cities, but we have a lot of speedways. Like, speedways, like all over.
Yeah, Louis got Huawei or whatever it is, right?
Wawa.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Bucky's here.
Why would you ask me if I have a certain type of gas station in my area? Like, I know, like, I'm happy to answer it. I'm just like, what would motivate you to want to know if I go to a certain type of gas station? That's a smooth brain conversation we're not ready to have yet.
Speedway has corrupted. What is Speedway?
Speedway?
But have you guys ever been to a Buc-ee's is the real question.
We're getting our first one here, Tommy. So
have you ever been to a come and go?
Yeah, of course. Quick Trip. No, not that Quick
My
Trip.
lawyers have advised me not to answer that question.
Quick Trip like this. is the goat. No, I've never been to a Buc-ee's though.
It's pretty goated, man.
Have you ever hit
That, and I'm trying to think of the other one.
I mean, have you ever hit a Love's on I-70?
That's what it is. It's Love's.
Love's is gas.
Yeah, I've seen Lowe's. They have those in Pennsylvania.
Look at Casey's 5-year chart. Okay, now I understand why you asked it. Should we look at Casey's 5-year chart? I was like, that's the most random question I've ever received. Yeah, dude, as prices go lower, the content of this stream is going to just continually get more bizarre. I promise you that. Because we'll do everything we can to avoid talking about price because it's just so painful and so ugly.
Tucker,
even if we're shorting, it's just like you don't want to talk about that. Look at that structure. Just
can you pull
hideous,
up TLT for me, Tucker?
Oh,
Max, we do have Casey's in Minnesota. Are you a Minnesota guy? I've told you before, like if you are in Minnesota, you guys need to hit me up.
Tommy, I have a Chud fractal for this.
People are bullish on TLT, man. I don't understand.
Wait, no, this is your Chud fractal for this, but it's this.
Thoughts on the George Floyd divergence trade? What is that?
It's probably best not to ask.
I don't even believe you. Right?
Yeah, I should have probably ignored that comment.
That's an insane comment.
That is.
All right.
Look, I'm just saying. I've been watching this for a few months now. Are we about to see TLT puke its guts out?
Can you walk me through what would cause a move like what would the catalyst be for a move like that?
Probably somebody selling a lot of treasuries.
Well, that's kind of obvious.
Buyers, Max.
Yes, obviously, but like what?
That is a very obvious statement. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I should have been more. Well, actually, you knew what you were doing there, which is fine. But what would cause somebody to want to puke treasuries to that degree?
Who knows, Max? Who knows?
Maybe a geo.
I want you to know. I want you to tell me. Is it Megaquake?
I mean, maybe.
Can't confirm or deny.
Can someone?
It's funny because I will say, like, there have been times where I predicted a move to occur, and then something completely opposite of what I expected to cause it ended up happening. Like the yen carry blow up last year. I thought that we would get like a surprise rate cut and the market would nuke, but it was actually just Japan liquidating itself.
Who could have coming?
Tommy, can we confirm if megaquake.eth is available right now? Because I think if it is, you need to buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Megaquake.eth.
Man, every time I spend money on an ENS, I am like regret it almost immediately.
Max, what's the word on the volume fusion integration? I want to print with it. I'm no good trading myself. It'll be ready by my birthday. That was what my dev told me.
Mm-hmm.
So he said by my birthday. So I'm inclined to agree and believe that it'll be done by my birthday. If in the meantime you are like, I need to use this immediately, you can send me a DM and we can try to talk about it. But yeah, the actual like public product where you guys can just sign up for strategies and let it cook for you and like trade a Hyperliquid account or something like that for you. That'll be January 15th, hopefully slightly before, but by my birthday is the deadline that I've been told. Tucker, is that the correct date? Can you confirm?
Your birthday?
Yeah, is that what we've been told?
Yeah, that's what we've been told.
Okay. All right, by my birthday. Oh man, we got another hater in here, man. We got another hater.
Cope is unbecoming.
Wah, wah, wah. You guys suck. Wah, wah, wah. Let me go into the comments and tell you guys that you suck. Wah. Dude, again, I will reiterate. There's not much that's more freakish than someone coming into the comments to talk shit. Say what you will about me, but I have never done that, and I never will. And you can't say that you've never talked shit on a YouTube stream in the comments section before. You can never say that. But me, I can say that. You can say I suck at trading. You can say, oh, Andy's so cooked, bro. You're an idiot. Look at you. Okay, great. At least I didn't kick someone while they were down in a comment section on a YouTube stream, because that's pathetic.
Oh, wait, Max, you said you guys don't suck.
No. He said, no.
He's
No,
backtracking.
You missed it then. He said about somebody else, he's the GOAT, y'all not so much. I don't know, man. Seems like talking shit to me. I just wish y'all have had another perspective. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. You can go and get other perspectives wherever you want. Like, we have people on the show from time to time. These are my boys. This is your diverse panel. I can't tell you how many times we've been split as a panel, and I hate when we're split because it gets tense. It's not fun.
Split.
I like to
We've
be
been
bullish
split,
with
like,
my
the last
boys,
couple
and
weeks.
sometimes
It's been
it's
split
awkward.
for like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last few weeks were not that fun in that regard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not fun to be split with the boys. It's terrible, actually.
Yeah, it
but-
sucks. Especially when Tucker is a big "I told you so" guy, you know.
No.
No, Tucker's been killing it. Tucker's been lights out. I love to see it.
Dude, I just haven't been on the perpies in so long. And then it just made a resurgence. I don't know what it was. But
Yeah, I can hear the perpies calling.
Max can hear the burpees calling him. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let's make it all back in one trade.
Is it more freakish than telling everyone you won't sell Pepe at the bottom, then proceed to sell? Oh my goodness, what happened there? Well, Max addressed it. Also sold like 30% higher than here. Also, didn't get most of that money. Went to my government. I had a big tax bill. Addressed it on CT. Again, you're being a freak. Okay, we already went over this.
Shorting the market now. They think we're shorting the market now.
Brother, we've been short for 25% plus. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I feel like people just
Beating the bear
selectively
drums
like.
mid-September.
I think some people like really selectively follow us, where like they'll tune in like once a month, so they like kind of miss the progression of like the analysis and like our opinions, and then they come in and they're like, dude, remember like 94 days ago when you said this? It's like, dude, a lot has changed in 94 days, you know. Dude, Max didn't sell. All right, you guys need to relax. Max didn't sell. Actually, technically, Max did sell some large cap stuff because he had to pay his government. So, which is none of your business, which is very freakish to concern yourself with what another grown man is doing regarding his personal liabilities.
I still hold all my XRP. And I mean, it's holding up like really well. Like I don't know what to do. I woke up and I was like, damn, I guess I got to sell some XRP. Right. And then I looked at the chart. I'm just like, still holding up. Like, what do I do? I don't know.
XRP has some crazy strength during these awkward times. I've noticed it all cycle.
Yeah.
But it's either going to sneeze hard or somehow just it actually is going to, what's it, 589? Or what's like the
Yeah.
Yeah, 589.
or sorry, what's the number? 589. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you bought XRP when it was boring, and this was another call in the Discord that me and Jackass were both pounding the table on back then. You know, you're still up. Like, this is like one of the few tokens that's actually held on to its gains. So, yeah, this is true. This is true. You have to understand the holder base. The holder base is not selling here, right? That doesn't mean that price won't go down, because obviously Ripple sells tokens and stuff like that. There's bigger holders, but you know, Ripple, like the cult following, like the retail investors, like they're not selling here, like not a shot. So, but that does help. Helps hold up price.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
We're doing line charts only from now on.
No, we're only going to do TPO charts from now on, or Delta footprint candle charts.
Or
Like,
order flow bros now.
I've seen so much order flow stuff,
Dude,
recently.
it's exhausting, man. And most of
The
it is
OI
just
and the order
slop.
flow. I'm like, bro, everyone. Oh, look, everyone's openly interested in the coins.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't think OI is super high signal unless you're talking about altcoins.
It's so clear and obvious, guys.
Look, yeah.
What the next move is.
You didn't
Well,
see
how you don't see
you didn't
it.
see the trap buyers at the high. Not gonna make it.
Not gonna make it. Incredible.
There are a few accounts that do nothing but just like commentary on lower time frame order flow, and I'm just like, stop, brother, get some help.
You
Stop
must be
it.
If it's
so
on
high.
majors, get some help. If it's for altcoins, you know, I still think there's actually some pretty high signal, especially right now when liquidity is kind of stretched thin. You see a lot more like predatory order flow on altcoins.
What if I were to tell you that this was it for dead cat bounce, and this is where we roll over now? How would you feel?
Because of the
Could
order
be.
flow, or
Well, clearly because of the order flow and the open interest.
well, then I obviously believe you if you said the word order flow. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna start drawing bull flags and be like, the order flow is showing me. Like, instead of like the chart is telling me, I'm just gonna replace it with order flow and just seem like more sophisticated, you know?
yeah,
Man, I miss the summer of 2021. If you were around for that, guys like in Silico back when he was actually tweeting about the market, Jim Talbot, Trader SC, man, they ripped up the market and they did a lot on order flow. This is a very different market now.
Yeah, I do have.
Those are guys. I mean, like when you talk about order flow, man, like in Silico is the best guy to learn from. But unfortunately, he doesn't do any new commentary or material. You got to go into the bunker.
Well, he doesn't do it because he's probably doing like 5 billion a month in volume from his terminal, so he doesn't need to do shit anymore.
A forever top on Bitcoin, yeah, that's crazy.
no, it's not real.
Didn't he say that about ETH over the summer, or like in the spring that it was a forever top?
Maybe.
So did Anson, right?
Forever top? No, I don't adhere to that, but I do adhere to the fact that prices can come down pretty significantly.
It's either been canceled or just been extremely delayed. No in between.
All I wanted was 6 months of up only with no pullbacks on my shit coins.
Best I can do is 2 days.
Best I
2
can do.
days, and it's Filecoin, ICP,
And Dash.
Best
I
I can
mean-
do is Filecoin for 1 day.
Yeah. Oh,
Best I can do.
Best I can do.
Ooh.
Did you buy the dip, Anon? Clear order flow, dip buying occurring right now.
Look, I think that alt season will happen at some point again in the future, but you do kind of have to like acknowledge that we've had at this point 2 cycles where the playbook for alt season was relatively the same. So now that we have a much more efficient market with more sophisticated investors, understand that alt season positioning has or probably was largely front run much earlier in the cycle, right? Everybody kind of views that as like okay, this is an end of cycle thing. Well, and we've talked about this, I feel like on this show before, everybody kind of skipped the original steps, and they skipped allocating to the alpha and they just went right for the beta. So I think we kind of front ran it, you know, your alt season per se, and why others didn't make an all-time high. Dilution. We had so many coins this cycle. It's not like we didn't have altcoins perform, because I mean, a lot of these altcoins did very liquid multiples. But yeah, at the same time, we just had so many coins particularly in that SOL, in the SOL range, we'll call it for now, because it's still ranging technically. But yeah, I mean, there were so many coins launched during that period that the ceiling for a lot of these altcoins was just, you couldn't be broken. Liquidity and not just liquidity being fragmented, but also belief.
Belief being fragmented.
Yeah, I think that plays a big role too.
I mean, dude, we caught a liquid over 10x on SOL from $20. Like, there was plenty of opportunity back here. There was so much happening in this little move right here. There was a lot happening.
There was. That's when I went to Singapore.
We were short from right here. And then I remember Jackus was screaming at me and Tommy to close our short at 21. I think we closed it at like 22, bought spot, and then that was that. It was a crazy series of events.
No, this is exactly why you didn't see Bitcoin dominance really drop, because Bitcoin dominance is mostly correlated with the large cap altcoins, and a majority of those coins did not make new highs. A lot of the coins that did do like the largest amount of multiples probably weren't even included in others, quite frankly. You had a handful of meme coins that went like vertical from 0 to a few billion, but other than that, most of these things were too small to even be like picked up. And I think when people view alt season, right, we view it through Total 2, through others, through Total 3, maybe even like Total DeFi, and most of those coins within those indexes just didn't make new highs.
Mm-hmm. Well,
been right this whole cycle. Yeah, that's funny. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about last August, but all right. I think that's a good spot to wrap the show up, guys. I think that's a good spot to wrap the show up.
They say.
I'm choosing
going on and on. This guy.
I'm choosing to ignore it. That's it's been a good week of shows. Let's not end on a sour note. Thank you guys for tuning in to Market Check today. We hope you enjoyed the show, especially throughout the week. A reminder that we host these shows with a typical start time around 11:15 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we go live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. But we also hope you tune in for Market Talk, hosted by the legendary King Wabi. That is an afternoon spaces hosted through his personal account as well as Because Bitcoin X account. So make sure to tune in for that show to wrap up your day and to wrap up your week. Wabi has been absolutely crushing those spaces recently, and they've been, I feel like, going longer than usual. So, if you are looking for that kind of market commentary, definitely tune in to Wabi's show as well. But yeah, I mean, that's it from us, guys. We hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday bright and early to tackle whatever this market throws at us this weekend. Maybe it's more chop. Maybe it's trend continuation. Regardless, we'll be here no matter what. But thanks again for tuning in. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you on Monday. Thanks again, guys. Stay safe.
Tired of outdated trading tools, confused charts, dozens of tabs, endless stress? You're not alone. Introducing BB Terminal, your all-in-one command center for crypto trading. Track your portfolio, monitor the markets, stay ahead, all in one place. From chaos to clarity, from struggle to success. BB Terminal.